Mr. President, China welcomes Foreign Minister Rodriguez to today's meeting and aligns itself with the statement made by the representative of Uganda on behalf of G77 and China. The midterm review of the 2030 agenda was conducted this year. At the SDG summit, world leaders called on the international community to strengthen unity and cooperation, take urgent actions to accelerate the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals so that no country or person is left behind. However, the United States and a few Western countries have engaged in unilateralism, protectionism, and bullying, and refused to fulfill their ODA commitments. They have instead spent large amounts of money on purchasing and exporting weapons, fueling geopolitical conflicts. Many developing countries are faced with an increasingly worsened external environment. The imposition of unilateral coercive measures against Cuba and other countries by the United States constitute a violation of the purposes and principles of the UN Charter. These actions have seriously undermined the international consensus on the 2030 agenda, seriously damaged the rights to survival and development of the people of Cuba and other countries, and seriously undermined peace, development, and win-win cooperation. They run counter to the international trends and have seriously hindered the efforts of all countries to implement the SDG, therefore must be stopped immediately. Since 1992, for over 30 consecutive years, the UNGA has passed the resolution on ending the economic, commercial, and financial embargo imposed by the United States of America against Cuba. With an overwhelming majority, the resolution urges all countries to abide by the UN Charter and the norms of international law, and to revoke or abolish any laws and measures that has extraterritorial implications, which affect the sovereignty of other countries and the legitimate rights and interests of entities and individuals within their jurisdiction, and the freedom of trade and shipping. These represent the just call and strong desire of the international community, which must be effectively implemented. According to relevant statistics, the over 6-decade-long U.S. embargo has caused a cumulative loss of nearly $160 billion to Cuba, affecting areas that touches upon people's livelihoods such as fuel, food, daily necessities, medicines, resulting in serious humanitarian disasters. From March 2022 to February 2023 alone, the embargo has caused losses of $4.867 billion, equivalent to 3 years of food rations for the entire Cuban people. These facts and figures are alarming, and the international community must not turn a blind eye on this and should condemn them with one voice. It is gratifying to see that the government and people of Cuba have never succumbed to the unilateralism and hegemony of the United States. Despite the tremendous pressure and huge losses caused by the embargo, active efforts are still being made to promote global solidarity and international cooperation. This year, Cuba has played a leading role in promoting South-South cooperation while serving as the chairman of G77 and China. It has also successfully hosted the G77 and China Havana Summit and has helped build important consensus for developing countries to work together in coping with multiple challenges. China deeply appreciates these efforts. Mr. President, all countries in this world formed a community with a shared future. China has always advocated for respecting the rights of countries to independently choose their social systems and development paths, maintaining the international order based on international law, defending international fairness and justice, and opposing the use of military, political, economic, or other means to impose unilateral coercive measures on other countries. China strongly urges the United States to immediately and comprehensively lift its economic, commercial, and financial embargo against Cuba, and to develop normal relations with other member states in accordance with the purposes and principles of the UN Charter and the basic norms governing international relations, as this is in line with the common interest of the people of both the United States and Cuba, and is also conducive to regional peace and stability. China will once again vote in favor of the draft resolution submitted by Cuba under this agenda item. I thank you, Mr. President.
I thank the distinguished representative of China.